When Julie first saw her new neighbor Bryce, she was instantly drawn to the depth in his eyes. She wanted to spend time with him, and while they were running around together, their hands accidentally intertwined. In that moment, Julie felt her heart race for Bryce. When Bryce started at his new school, he didn't expect to find himself in the same class as Julie. Julie greeted him with a warm, enthusiastic hug, which left Bryce completely embarrassed. From then on, Julie was glued to him. 5 years went by in a flash, and to escape her constant attention, Bryce pretended to date the prettiest girl in school. He hoped that would make Julie back off. At first, Julie just fumed quietly, but the plan didn't last long. A friend who also liked the same girl betrayed Bryce, exposing his real intentions to everyone. After a sharp slap across the face, his plan completely fell apart, and Julie couldn't help but burst out laughing. Bryce's father was cold and snobbish, always mocking the messy yard across the street, and sneering that Julie's father was a washed-up painter who thought too highly of himself. Julie loved watching her father paint, and one day he suddenly asked her what she liked about Bryce. Julie blushed and said maybe his eyes or his smile. Her father told her, "You can't just look at the surface. A painting's beauty lies in the whole picture, not just the little details." Julie didn't fully understand what he meant, until one day she climbed a tall sycamore tree to fetch her kite. From the top, she was mesmerized by the view before her. She soaked in the shifting colors of the world below, and finally began to grasp her father's words, that the whole is greater than the parts. From then on, that tree became her personal sanctuary. After Bryce's grandmother passed away, his grandfather often sat by the window, lost in thought. One day, the old man called Bryce over, holding up a newspaper saying he wanted to talk about Julie. It turned out Julie had made the front page for climbing that same tree to protest its removal. She had once invited Bryce to climb up with her to enjoy the view, but he thought it was a stupid idea and turned her down. When the landowner decided to cut the tree to build a house, Julie stayed up there in protest. She asked Bryce to help, but after hesitating, he just got on the school bus and left. Julie was heartbroken, and only after her father gently persuaded her did she climb down in tears. Bryce's grandfather said Julie was a brave girl with a strong spine, and told Bryce to let go of his prejudice. After that, Julie stopped talking to Bryce completely, which surprisingly made him feel sad instead of relieved. He wanted to apologize, but his pride kept him silent. To cheer his daughter up, Julie's father painted her a picture of that sycamore tree. Each night, she fell asleep looking at it, and gradually realized her perspective on things was changing. She started wondering if she even liked Bryce anymore. At the school's science fair, Julie's chick hatching project won first place. She raised the chicks in her backyard, and soon they began laying eggs. Julie decided to give some to Bryce's family, but his father turned up his nose, saying their yard was filthy and the eggs couldn't be clean. He told Bryce to throw them away. One day, Julie found out about it. Bryce admitted that his father looked down on her family for being unclean. The truth crushed her. Determined to prove them wrong, Julie cleaned up her entire yard. Bryce's grandfather admired her spirit and even helped her tidy up the place. As they talked, he agreed with something Julie once said, that truly seeing someone means looking at the whole picture. Julie began observing people differently and realized that many only looked good on the outside. That evening, Bryce's grandfather came to his room, saying he knew about the eggs, and told him he needed to apologize. Bryce tried to, but Julie avoided him. One day, he saw her watering the lawn and mustered the courage to walk up and say sorry. Julie looked at him, and for the first time, saw the boy she'd liked for years as a whole person. She felt disappointed. That night, Bryce and his grandfather went for a walk and stopped by the stump where the sycamore tree once stood. His grandfather said, "The view from that tree must have been beautiful, just like Julie said." Bryce fell silent, thinking deeply for the first time about who Julie really was. At school, he couldn't help sneaking glances at her. He confided in a friend, but his friend said it was just guilt over the eggs. Bryce disagreed, yet still nodded along without thinking. Julie overheard everything, and that was the moment she knew. She no longer liked Bryce. On his way home, Bryce kept wondering why he'd agreed with something he didn't believe. Then it hit him. He really did like Julie. Bryce's mother thought Julie's family was wonderful and wanted to invite them over for dinner. His father objected, but couldn't win against the rest of the family. That evening, Julie's family arrived with gifts, and Bryce dressed up in his best clothes. But Julie told him she'd overheard his conversation with his friend. Bryce admitted he'd been wrong, but hadn't had the guts to speak up. Julie called him a coward. During dinner, Bryce's father mocked Julie's family, but when the topic of music came up, he suddenly went quiet. Bryce's mother explained that her husband used to play the saxophone, but he didn't say a word about it. Maybe he once had dreams too, just one's life had worn down. After Julie's family left, Bryce's father kept mocking them until his sister finally snapped back and got slapped across the face. Bryce thought about why his father hated Julie's family so much and realized that deep down they were the same, hard on the outside, but weak within. The next day, Bryce saw a school charity auction where boys made lunchboxes for the girls to bid on, and the winning bidder would share lunch with him. Bryce was one of the contestants. By then, the popular girl had broken up with her boyfriend and planned to spend big to win Bryce's lunch. What really caught Bryce's attention, though, was hearing that Julie had also brought money. When the auction reached the 8th boy, a chubby classmate, Julie noticed Bryce was next in line and grew nervous. But seeing no one bid on the chubby boy, her heart softened and she raised her hand. Bryce felt deflated. As expected, the popular girl won his lunch. During their meal, Bryce couldn't focus on a single thing she said. His eyes kept drifting toward Julie sitting across the room. Finally, Bryce gathered his courage, pulled Julie aside, wanting to tell her something, but no words came out. He leaned in to kiss her, the kiss Julie had waited 5 years for, but not like this. Not now. Julie ran home in tears. Bryce wanted to talk to her, but she wouldn't open the door. A few days later, Julie thought he had given up until she saw Bryce digging a hole in his yard. He carried over a small tree sapling, and Julie recognized it immediately, a young sycamore. She stepped outside. Their eyes met, and together, in silence, they planted the tree. More exciting content, please stay tuned. Thanks for watching.